gas up the Jeep, it's good to be free. Load up the pans and fishing poles. The highway is long, the wheels turning round. Pack up the cook stove and the bowls. Arlo and I, we hit the open road. Arlo and I are on the road.
Hey everybody, well, I'm back in the kitchen again today, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. And well, my wife's not here again, so I'm going to cook with sardines. Today I thought that I would make some Baba Ganoush with a sardine twist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roast off these nice eggplants here and make a nice Baba Ganoush dip, but I'm also going to use the oil from the sardine can, and I'm going to actually add some sardines, incorporate them into the dip as well. So I think this is going to be really super tasty. Today I'm using these fishwife sardines with hot peppers, and I think that little bit of heat will make a nice complement to this dish. So the first thing we need to do is to get our eggplants roasting. So I'm going to put those sort of in this baking dish, and I'm going to put them in a 400-degree oven, and I'm going to roast these until they get nice and soft and wrinkly. Now if I had a grill, which I don't have right now, I would put them on the grill and I would get them nice and charred, get that nice smoky flavor. But since I don't, we're just going to put them in the oven, and it will still have a little bit of that smokiness too. I can always throw on the broiler to get a little bit of that flavor too. So anyway, I'm going to pop these in the oven. Now the rest of the ingredients I have to work with today, I have a couple of lemons, I have 2 cloves of fresh garlic, of course our sardines, some nice olive oil, some salt and pepper, some parsley for garnish, and I have some cumin seeds which I toasted in a pan to give it that nice smoky flavor, and of course the eggplants. Okay, now that I have my eggplants out of the oven, they're nice and soft and squishy. So I'm going to put a piece of aluminum foil over the top so that they can start to sweat and continue to cook, and that's going to make them easier to peel. So I'm going to let this sit for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to come back and then we're going to peel them. About 10 minutes since I took these eggplants out of the oven. Now they're still warm, but you can see that the skin is just kind of blistering off. So I'm going to take these out of the pan here, and I'm going to start peeling these and chopping it up, and then we'll get all the rest of our ingredients ready. Okay, now we just need to kind of peel the skin off of these here, and if you let it sit in with, either wrapped in foil or wrapped in plastic long enough, it'll all just kind of blister off just like a bell pepper, and it's easy to peel. So I'm just gonna, these are still a little warm, but I thought I would get this finished. Look at that, look how easily that skin comes off of there. Now if you do this over charcoal or over the burner on your stove, this will get nice and black and blistered, and it'll give you a nice smoky flavor on here. But I only have an electric stove here, and I don't have a grill at the moment, so I'm going to do them in the oven. Okay. Okay, look at that. I'm going to open them up just a little bit so I can get them to cool off a little bit so that I can handle them. So while these are cooling off just a little bit, I'm going to open up our sardines. So like I said, here we have fishwife sardines with hot peppers, but it's going to have this nice olive oil in here that we're going to use in our Baba Ganoush. Now normally you always put olive oil in your Baba Ganoush, and I do have some more olive oil here, but I'm going to use this nice flavored, sardine flavored olive oil for this dish. Okay. Once again, those beautiful sardines from Fishwife. They're just nicely layered in there. Perfect. So put that to the side. Okay, so I'm going to start chopping up our eggplant. Now a lot of times you'll get the Baba Ganoush and it'll be all like pureed and really smooth, but I'm going to do more of a coarse, rustic version of this, where I'm just going to dice this up. And also, the Baba Ganoush, you know, in the dip style of Baba Ganoush, that has tahini in it, which I'm not going to be adding the tahini either. Okay. So we're going to put that into our bowl. Okay. So there's our beautiful roasted eggplant. And the first thing we're going to add to that are some of this garlic. So I have a little garlic press here. I'll use that. I'll put in these 2 cloves of garlic. Okay. We'll start mixing that in. I'm also going to add, well, let's see, a little bit of salt, some fresh ground pepper, and then I'm going to put in the juice of one of these lemons. I like it really lemony, so I'm going to put the whole juice of the whole lemon in there. But you can adjust that, you know, depending on how much you like. Okay, start to mix this up. I'm going to also add some of the, well, actually the olive oil from this can of sardines. Get all of that in there. And then I'm going to put 1 of these sardines in with here and just kind of mush it in with the Baba Ganoush. Just kind of get it all. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit more of the fresh olive oil to that. This dish takes quite a bit of olive oil, so don't be shy with that. Okay, a little more salt. I'll taste a little bit of this. That tastes really delicious. So this is our basic Baba Ganoush right here. I'm going to put this into a serving bowl for here. Okay, so to top this off, I'm going to put some of this fresh parsley on top. Some of our toasted cumin seeds. I like to keep the cumin seeds whole because it needs a nice little texture to it. It'll add that nice smokiness. I'm also going to add just a touch of lemon zest to this as well. There we go, just like that. And then I think as a garnish, I'm going to put a nice big, maybe 1 or 2 of these nice sardines right on top, just like that. There we go. Get a little more parsley. Okay, and then to serve with it, I have these baked pita chips. I'm going to put it around. Alright, the only thing really that it needs is actually a little more olive oil, because you can't have too much olive oil on here. So a nice little pool of olive oil on top, and there it is. Alright, there it is. Our sardine Baba Ganoush. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. So beautiful. And it smells so good. Has that sort of roasty eggplant aroma. I can smell the lemon, I can smell the parsley, I can smell the sardines for sure. It just smells delicious, and I can't wait to get into this. So get one of my chips. And there we go. Look at that. Wow. That is surprisingly good. Now, the first flavor that I get is the garlic and the lemon, which really pops out, and then that roasty eggplanty flavor is so good. And then the sardine really has that sort of underlying flavor. It's not overpowering at all. Try some more of that. Really, I get this really citrusy, eggplant, garlicky, just like Baba Ganoush should taste like. Wow, that is amazing. Now, my version of this Baba Ganoush is a little bit different than some of the recipes that you may see. You know, where they puree it in a food processor or blender, and they add tahini, where it's really smooth and creamy, sort of like hummus. But this one is a more rustic, chunky version, where all the flavors just really stand out. It's not as much of a homogenized kind of a mixture with all the olive oil. This does have a ton of olive oil, but I really like the way that the flavors, in every bite, you can get like a little bit of everything. I really recommend trying this way, and it's really delicious with or without the sardines. Just this recipe without the sardines is super delicious on its own. But you know me, I gotta get the sardine in there. Wow. That's really good. And really appreciate you following along on another one of these crazy recipe ideas that I have. If you like this video, please like, please subscribe. That always helps us a lot. And you know, give this recipe a try. I really highly recommend it. It's a little bit different, but it's super tasty. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. All right, bye-bye.
Gas up the Jeep, it's fun to be free. Load up the pans and fishing poles. Arlo and I, we hit the open road. Arlo and I on the road.
So good.